Will Mamdani's proposed millionaire tax save or sink New York City? And what would be the real result of a new millionaire tax in New York City, the kind that Mayor-elect Zoran Mamdani wants to impose? In June, after Mamdani, a self-described democratic socialist, won the Democratic primary, billionaire Bill Ackman, founder and CEO of Pershing Square Capital Management, suggested the answer is that wealthy taxpayers will flee. But Ackman had a more conciliatory tone following Mamdani's landslide win in the general election on Tuesday. After Mamdani received more than 50% of the vote in the general election, beating New York Governor Andrew Cuomo with his long list of billionaire backers by nearly 9 percentage points, Ackman offered his congratulations on X, adding, "Now you have a big responsibility. If I can help NYC, just let me know what I can do." But then, just days later, the volatile Ackman shifted his tone yet again, retweeting as an accurate prognosis a post predicting that the rich will flee. So let's take a closer look at Mamdani's millionaire tax plan. What is generally agreed upon is that funding Manny's agenda will take money, and Manny has a plan to raise revenues without tapping the middle class. In addition to bumping up the corporate tax, Mamdani has proposed a 2% tax on what his campaign calls the wealthiest 1% of New Yorkers, those earning above $1 million annually. His platform estimates this so-called millionaire tax will raise $4 billion annually to help fund projects like universal free early child care, free bus rides, and more affordable housing. The numbers, Mamdani says, mean that the tax would impact about 34,000 households. On his campaign website, he said, "This tiny share of the city population takes home 35% of all income earned by New York City residents." That same 1%, he explains, also benefited from a tax cut under President Trump's 2017 Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, which cut the top marginal rate from 39.6% to 37%. Mamdani's proposed surtax, the 2% extra tax rate, would only apply to earnings over $1 million, which Mamdani suggests would make New York's tax more progressive. The federal income tax system, he points out, is progressive. With a progressive tax, rates go up as income increases, but everyone pays the same rate for the same income. That means that you pay the same 10% as every other person until you hit the top of the bracket. Then you pay 15% on that income until you hit the top of that bracket, and so on. New York State has a similar system with rates ranging from 4% to 10.9% for the 2024 tax year. However, Mamdani claims that the New York City income tax is essentially a flat tax of 3.9%. On his website, Mamdani explained, "Whether you make $50,000 or $5 million, you pay practically the same tax rate." Under Mamdani's plan, the surtax will be tacked on at the top, taking an additional 2% of incomes over $1 million, making the tax more progressive. Mamdani says the plan will work, pointing to millionaire taxes in states like Massachusetts. In November 2022, Massachusetts voters approved a Fair Share Amendment, a 4% surtax on personal income exceeding $1 million. The tax raised $1.8 billion in its first 3 quarters of collections, with revenues funding school lunches, transportation, and education. Some feared that the tax might cause ultra-wealthy residents to flee. While Massachusetts residents did leave the state in 2021, the year the bill passed, most were upper-middle-class taxpayers, not millionaires. That's consistent with historical data. Massachusetts has been losing individuals across all income levels since 2009, with more concentrated losses among middle and high-income owners. One reason may be housing costs, as those shot up. Lower-cost housing in other states combined with remote work opportunities may have wooed middle-class residents away from the Bay State. As for those millionaires, an analysis of data from the IRS's Statistics of Income program revealed that the number of tax returns that reported an adjusted gross income of $1 million or more in Massachusetts grew by 36% between 2018 and 2022. Wealth data from WealthX also indicated that the number of millionaires in Massachusetts rose by 38.6% between 2022 and 2024.